All right, stop scrolling. I need you to look at these two watches right now. One of them is a genuine Rolex Submariner. Retail price? $12,000. The other one? $250 off some guy in Shenzhen. And I promise you, you cannot tell which is which. Not yet. And neither could the 3 watch dealers I showed these two last week. 2 out of 3 got it wrong. Dead wrong. And these are people who do this for a living. So if the pros are getting fooled, what chance do you have? What chance does anybody have in 2026? That's exactly what we're about to find out today. I got my hands on what the gray market is calling a super clone, and I'm going to put it through every single detection method you've seen on YouTube. The magnet test, the bezel click, the date magnification, the case back, the weight, all of it. And I'm going to show you live which methods still work and which ones are completely dead. Because some of the old tricks, they don't work anymore. Not even close. And that should scare you if you're about to drop money on a pre-owned sub. Stay with me. This gets wild. So let me set the scene. A buddy of mine, we'll call him Marcus, he's been collecting watches for about 6 years. Solid guy, knows his stuff. Bought what he thought was a clean, lightly worn Submariner 116610LN from a local seller on a Facebook group. Paid $4,200 for it. Cash. No receipt, no papers. You already know where this is going. Brought it to an AD 3 weeks later to get it serviced. AD Tech pops it open, looks up at Marcus and says, "Man, where'd you get this?" Not a genuine Rolex movement inside. Not even close. Marcus lost $4,200 because he trusted his eyes. And he's not alone. This is happening every single week. But here's where it gets crazy. The watch he bought wasn't some cheap knockoff with a wobbly bezel and a scratched crystal. It was a super clone, Gen 3, VSF-factory. And on the outside, it was almost indistinguishable. Almost. So today, I'm going to show you the 3 things that actually still work in 2026 and the 2 things that will absolutely get you caught slipping if you rely on them. Let's go. First up, the crown and winding feel. Genuine Rolex crowns have this very specific resistance, this buttery smooth 3-position pull. Feels like engineering. The super clone? It's close. It's really, really close. But when you get to position 2, the quick set date, there's a tiny bit of slop. Just a hair. If you've never felt a real one, you'll miss it completely. This is why I always say, before you buy, go handle a real one at an AD. Just try it on. You're not buying, you're calibrating your hands. Now the date wheel. This one used to be a dead giveaway. Old fakes had lazy, blurry fonts on the date numerals. The Cyclops lens magnification was off. But I didn't expect this at all. The super clone I'm holding right now has a date wheel that, under my loupe, looks almost identical to the genuine. The font spacing, the color, the Cyclops. They have closed the gap so much it's genuinely alarming. If you're using date magnification as your primary test in 2026, you are going to get burned. But here's the thing nobody talks about. The rehat. That's the inner ring between the dial and the crystal. On a genuine Rolex sub, you've got Rolex, Rolex, Rolex engraved all the way around, and at 6 o'clock, the serial number. Sharp, laser crisp. Under a loupe, it looks like it was carved by a machine that makes no mistakes. On the super clone, this is where everything broke down. The engraving is there, but at 10x magnification, the edges are just slightly soft. Not blurry, not sloppy, just soft. That's your tell in 2026. That's the line between $12,000 and $250,000. Now, let me hit you with something that'll either save you or haunt you depending on which side of this you're on. The movement. Because ultimately, with super clones, the outside is almost won. The battle is inside. Genuine Submariner runs a CAL3235, micro-adjustable Chronergy escapement, 70-hour power reserve, parachrome hairspring. You pop that case back and, by the way, super clone casebacks now thread properly. They feel solid, they don't rattle. But when you look at the movement, it's a clone movement, and a trained watchmaker will know in about 4 seconds. But you? Unless you've spent time studying movements, you probably won't. Which means the only real protection you have is either buying from an authorized dealer, paying for a professional authentication service, or never buying gray market without papers. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. You wanted a magic trick, a one-step test. There isn't one anymore, and anyone telling you there is, they're selling you something. Here's my final take. Superclones in 2026 have forced the watch world to evolve. Dealers are using UV lights, micrometers, and watchmaker loops now as a baseline, and even then, the authentication has to go internal. The movement never lies, even when everything else does. If you're buying used, buy smart. Demand service papers, verify the serial, use an authenticator, and if the deal feels too good, it is. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for today. If this video made you think twice before your next watch purchase, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people see this. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever been burned by a fake? I want to hear it. And if you're new here and you want to see more deep dives like this, comparisons, blind tests, gray market breakdowns, you know what to do. This has been your boy, and remember, it's always tick versus tock.